These 5 couples are at breaking point.
I had a fling with one of my clients.
An affair.
We haven't had sex or intimate relations in such a long time. I told him the baby wasn't his.
And they've been given just 1 month to decide whether to commit to one another
I make your life pretty easy.
No, you don't.
or break up forever.
He kills me.
They're now heading to a couples retreat in a tropical paradise.
Get in, babe, no kids, come on.
Heaven, it's magical.
To get the help they need from 2 of Australia's leading relationship specialists.
My name is Sandy Ray. I'm a psychologist with over 30 years' experience working with couples, families and individuals.
And I'm Michael Myerscough. I'm a relationship coach and I'm known for bringing couples back from the brink. Love is the most important thing in our lives, but so many people get it wrong.
You are ruining me!
By working with the experts,
So you had an affair?
Yeah. I've never really felt guilty about it.
the couples will confront their issues head on.
I lied to you.
Some will make it, and some will fall apart.
We're going to marry you to somebody else?
Felt like I was going to lose my wife. I can't handle this.
But if they can commit to one another, the relationship they've always longed for could be just around the corner.
Unconditional love.
I'm like so blown away.
For these 5 couples, one thing is certain.
All we need is each other.
This is the last resort.
We're going to conquer this.
These 5 couples are all in crisis. They have everything to lose: children, homes, loved ones, and each other. They're putting their lives, all they know and love, on the line to head to a relationship retreat in the South Pacific in an attempt to repair the damage. In just 1 month's time, they'll make the biggest decision of their lives: commit to one another or go their separate ways.
The retreat is the perfect place to help struggling couples rekindle their love. Taking them away from the dramas of everyday life will really help them to focus completely on their relationships. We want to give them every opportunity to find happiness again.
Now in paradise,
Let the games begin.
the couples must make their own way to the retreat.
Oh no, it's directions.
So head to the resort.
Gosh, I can't even find my way out of Penrith. Look at the ocean in front of us, babe.
Is it the ocean or the sky? Oh, sorry.
Is that a serious question again?
Sorry. Wow.
CJ, slow down, please.
He's all right, he's just been a boy. Lucy and I have been together about 12 years, married 8. We've got 2 beautiful children together, and we just love them to death, don't we?
You do.
First time I saw Lucy, I just thought, wow, she was beautiful. I was looking for a personal trainer in one of my gyms, and I knew I had to have her. Just drop that leg down. Okay, let's go 20. That's 1.
The most romantic Carl ever gets is when we drive home and he looks at me and asks me, do you want a root?
What do you? What? We separated 6 months ago after I had a fling with one of my clients.
An affair.
She's never forgiven, never forgotten. She always brings it up whenever we have a fight.
Something's got to give. We need to make it work or separate permanently.
This luxurious retreat is where the couples will spend the next 3 weeks trying to mend their broken relationships.
Sweet.
Look at the beach. Oh my gosh.
This is not a 1 villa, surely.
We got our own pool.
In the month ahead, we're going to see some really bad behaviour. You cannot be on good behaviour for a whole month.
Crazy.
Stuart, check out this bed.
Awesome bed.
Might get lucky.
These couples are in serious pain and are struggling because they don't know how to connect with their loved ones anymore.
If we can't relax and get along here, then honestly there'd be no hope for us.
Why have we got 2 separate beds?
Because I requested 2 separate beds so that there's no temptation. This is my bed. This is your little bed. We are separated, and if Josh tries to get into my bed tonight, you'll see him tomorrow. He'll be walking around with a limp. The first time me and Josh met, it wasn't looks that attracted me to him, it was his personality. He was just so down to earth and so different.
For me, it was definitely a physical attraction. 100% I felt that I was the luckiest guy in the world. Sade is definitely the hottest thing I've ever seen. I mean, you know, you just sit there and look at her and yeah, she's amazing, I won't lie. You're up in a better mood than you were yesterday.
When we're good, we're amazing. When we're bad, it is
World War III.
World War III. You are ruining me!
Sade, just stop.
Don't tell me to stop!
It's just the craziest turmoil and out of control relationship you've ever seen. Let's go see the duckies. We've got a 2-year-old daughter who is the main thing in both of our lives.
Daddy.
This is definitely our last attempt at getting back together in a relationship.
I love Josh. When I think of getting married, he's the person I kind of think of at the end of the aisle. But at the same time, we have quite a lot to work on, and we're both willing to work on them because at the end of the day, Josh and Tyler are my family. Don't get my skin.
She's a bit tight, man.
It's now time for the 5 couples to meet one another.
My suspicion is that the couples meeting for the first time are terrified.
Ready?
Let's do it.
They'll be comparing their problems with the others and worried that they might be judged.
First to arrive are Lisa and Dan, who both have children from previous relationships.
It's all very well to pretend that they're having a holiday in a really glamorous location, but the reality is everyone is scared because in 4 weeks' time, their relationship could be over.
So what do you reckon? How many are you betting on?
Just
many
us,
people?
I reckon.
Just us.
I reckon it's just us.
There's got to be no. There's other couples for sure. They're like going to jump out of the bushes and surprise us. What about the fish restaurant? When I first met Dan, everything was really great. He just had a lot of spirit about him, and we would just laugh and giggle and have a lot of fun.
What I love most about Lisa is there's a very quirky side to her personality. It's not always there, but when it's there, it's good fun. But at the same time, sometimes at home it feels like I can't do anything right. I'm getting corrected with everything I do.
I'm sorry if you've never been with somebody who's a little bit up and down like I am, and my ex-husband used to call me high maintenance all the time, but he used to say it in such an endearing way. He loved me for it anyway.
It does wear on you a wee bit, to the point that you do, like from my perspective, I get a bit sensitive about things, and I'm not very good at just letting stuff go in that regard, but I don't think you are either. So.
No. I think what I've identified recently is that we're actually both very sensitive people, and sometimes 2 very sensitive people can go, yeah. What do you want, sweetheart? Toys. All right. We have a blended family, and it's not just each other that we'll be losing children as well, and there's a lot here to fight for.
Oh, here we go.
We got people.
Awesome. Oh, no way.
Next to arrive are separated parents Sade and Josh.
So Barbie and Ken walk out. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
How you going? And we look at each other, and I'm Lisa.
Josh.
And then I just saw boobs.
G'day, mate.
Josh.
Hey, Sade.
How are you?
Nice to meet you guys.
I was trying really hard to look her in the eye. Look at Josh a lot. Not a bad spot, mate.
Yeah. I know, that's it, eh?
Pretty good place to chill out for a few weeks.
I'm not threatened by Dan looking at other girls' boobs. It annoys me because he does it so often and goes on and on and on about it, but I'm not threatened by it because I paid for pretty good ones too, so it's all good.
Coming up.
You had an affair?
Yeah. I've never really felt guilty about it.
Their darkest secrets are revealed.
When I was pregnant, I told him the baby wasn't his.
While I was away...
You want me to say it?
Shh. And later...
So you guys say that you haven't been intimate in a year.
5 couples in crisis have dinner together for the first time.
This is where it gets even worse. My ex was pregnant.
Yeah. That's a clear no-go.
Hey guys. Hey. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
5 couples who are on the brink of breaking up are meeting for the first time.
Josh, mate.
Josh, Stu.
The third couple to arrive are husband and wife Jodie and Stu.
Yeah, nice to meet you all finally.
I know. Put it in lockdown.
I know.
Seeing Jodie and Stu, they look relatively happy on the surface of it.
Yeah.
They didn't seem to be anything too dysfunctional there.
So where are you guys from?
From the Gold Coast.
Oh,
We have been together for almost 11 years now.
And we have 2 beautiful girls.
Oh, Charlie, what are you doing? You're doing some break dancing. We were just super excited about life.
They couldn't have been better.
Whoa! And then all of that changed. Stu sustained a very serious head injury. Although Stu has now recovered physically, it still looms over us. We have definitely lost the spark in our marriage. Can you even remember when there was romance in the air last?
Not really, no.
I'd be able to give you the 3 dates that we have made love since Roxy was born. So in 18 months, 3 times.
It's been more than that.
3 times.
It's been more than that.
And it's sad, and I hate it because we were so happy.
What do you think of the spot? It's pretty good.
it's awesome, yeah.
I mean, there's worse places.
Yeah, I reckon.
In my experience, there are way more sexless marriages than anybody would ever believe. A sexless marriage is never accidental. The first thing that I would do is figure out who's angry with who, because angry people are not horny people.
They all look way older than us.
Really?
Yes.
I'm trying not to look until I get there.
High school sweethearts Sarah and Keelan are up next.
For me, going to meet the other couples was definitely like, okay, there's no turning back now. You know, this is real life, real emotions.
This is so daunting.
It is a little bit.
Lovely day in paradise.
Keelan and I met in high school. I knew who he was. I think everyone knew who Keelan was, though, because he was just so crazy and wild and...
Cool, handsome.
No. Can we do this more often?
We've been together for over 8 years now. Sarah just wants to calm down and live that typical stay at home, have kids and get married life.
Marriage does mean a lot to me. It's something I've always looked forward to. I think, you know, every girl wants the fairy tale ending. I think the thing that causes the most fights between us is Keelan's drinking. He drinks too much. There's more to life than going out. I wish he understood how lonely I feel a lot of the time.
And?
I feel I'm at breaking point and I don't want to continue living like this any longer.
Hi, everybody. How you going? Hi, I'm Keelan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Daniel, nice to meet you.
Oh, Sarah and Keelan, they're just so little.
So young.
Awesome.
This is so pretty.
I don't even know what this is, but it looks good.
It tastes good too.
The last to join the group is married couple Lucy and Carl.
How are you going?
Daniel, how are you? Jodie, lovely to meet you.
First thing that I noticed about Carl when he walked in, it's got to be that gold chain.
How you going? How you going, Keelan? Nice to meet you.
We're going to find out more about that gold chain.
This is beautiful, isn't
It's
it?
amazing.
Yeah.
There are worse places to go, that's for sure.
That's right.
After a long day, it's time for the couples to meet relationship specialists, Sandy and Michael. The first step to repairing their relationships is for the couples to reveal the biggest issues that brought them here.
These couples are desperate for help, and we're here to give them the help they need. Hi and welcome to all of you. One of the reasons we set up groups is that it normalises behaviour and stops us from actually feeling alone.
When you realise it's not just you, it's not quite so frightening. It doesn't paralyse you, and more often than not, somebody can offer you a solution.
So let's get started. Sade and Josh?
We're separated at the moment. We have been together off and on for 4.5 years. I found out I was pregnant a week after we separated. I did some pretty nasty things to push Josh away, and so within his right, he didn't come back after I told him I was pregnant. So I went through my pregnancy on my own, which was really tough, and delivered a little one on my own. Because of what I said when I was pregnant, I told him the baby wasn't his.
How angry or hurt was Sade to withhold that information from Josh? You just don't do that.
Not being there for the birth of my first child, not cutting the cord, not even knowing every single day if that was my child or that wasn't my child, or if someone's gone and done that to me, if someone could actually do that. I have never got over that. Yeah, it wasn't a good time in my life.
Sade and Josh are holding on to so much hurt and resentment. What they need from this retreat is to learn how to forgive, and I can teach them that.
I love him. I still love him very much, and when I think about getting married or spending the rest of my life with someone, I can't imagine anyone but Josh there. So that's why I'm kind of like, we need to make this work because we need to do it for us. We need to do it for our daughter. So yeah, that's us.
I feel as though I need to ask Sade why. Why did you feel that you had to lie to Josh about being the father? Because there has to be an issue there.
Lucy and Kyle. Lucy, why don't you tell me why you guys are here?
Well, Carl and I met 13 years ago. We've always been passionate about each other, but nothing changed for Carl when I had the children. I just felt lost. I just didn't feel like this is the life that I should be living.
And how did that show up in your relationship? Like, what happened to the intimacy between the two of you?
Sex was no priority for me at all, whereas Carl, yes. He was always, always wanting it. But I didn't have the energy all the time, or I knew I'd be up through the night with the kids. He could sleep. I think he felt rejected. He's said that many times, and I just felt unsupported and lonely, and yeah, we drifted apart.
So, Kyle, what happened between you two?
Probably the biggest incident was about a year ago. Lucy found out that I had a bit of a fling with one of my clients.
Bit of a fling? Was that a euphemism? So you had an affair?
Yeah.
Just take a moment. How do you feel saying that?
I mean, the fact that it's upset Lucy makes me upset.
Yeah.
But I've never really felt guilty about it.
Kyle, so you had an affair?
Yeah.
How do you feel saying that?
I mean, the fact that it's upset Lucy makes me upset. But it sounds bad, but I've never really felt guilty about it. back when it happened in my head that Lucy and I were over. We hadn't had sex for over 6 months. And I didn't want to be with Lucy anymore. It was just all too hard. And I think I was out looking for something, you know, looking for friendship or you know, looking for what I didn't have at home.
When Carl said that, I was floored. Cheating on your wife is okay because she didn't have sex with you because she was up all night with the kids. It just didn't sit well with me at all.
What are you thinking, Lucy? What are you thinking right now?
Just so hurt over the years that I've just tried and tried. And I've come to the point where I just, you know, I moved out 6 months ago and I just got to the point where I don't care anymore. I don't care if we move on. I don't care if we've fallen out of love. I don't care if we're not connected with each other. And I'm just over it. After all the years, it's built up, and when I don't care, that's when it scares me.
There's a very high chance that I can save Lucy and Carl's marriage, but the truth is, Carl is a man in denial. He's never felt guilty about his affair. He needs to take ownership, and I'm not hearing that just yet. I feel for both of you, and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jodie and Stu.
Well, Joe and I have been together for about 10 years now, and we've had a great relationship for many years. I sustained an injury that put me out of action for a long time, and I was bedridden for about a year. It's kind of crippled me, not only physically, but mentally as well.
Going on now that Stu is actually better, he's not very motivated to do things. I feel as though I'm always asking him to do things and he just sits back kind of waiting for me to do it.
Whilst Stu has recovered physically from his injury, psychologically the damage still continues. As a consequence, he has emotionally withdrawn from Jodie, and it's only natural that she would be considering a future without him.
I actually feel as though if he was to meet somebody who made him the happy person he used to be, that would make me happier than what I am now. Because I just want him to be that person, the really happy person again that he used to be. And I feel as though I don't make him happy. And that's how much I care about him. I just want him to be happy in life. So if it was to be with somebody else, I'd have to deal with that. I would.
Thank you. Thank you both. Going forward with Stu, my plan is to first find out what's going on inside Stu's head. He's not going to be able to reconnect with Jodie until he sorts that out. I can see that the love is still there, so I have high hopes that we can fix this couple.
I think right now the biggest issue between us is Keelan's drinking and he's never home. I've never felt like I come first in our relationship. I always feel like I'm a second option because he's so, dedicated to his friends and, the minute they call, he's out the door. Do you know what I mean? And it's he doesn't even think twice about leaving me home alone or...
And how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel hurt, sad.
I feel bad. I know that it's a problem and I wish that it wasn't like that, but I'm so stuck in my ways that it's really hard to break it.
Sarah and Keelan are your classic codependent couple. Keelan's out of control and Sarah's stuck in rescue mode. For this relationship to work, Keelan needs to face and fix his demons, and that's where I come in.
Lisa and Dan?
Yep.
Who'd like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Dan was the first person I met after my marriage ended. Not long after I met Dan, I found out that Dan was married. We remained friends for a while. We got together about 10 months after we met, after Dan's marriage was over. I guess Dan didn't really have a break after his marriage ended, so he went straight from one relationship to another, and then he came into this one with me, which I think he thought it was going to be fun and light and easy, which it was at the beginning, but then it became deep and difficult and challenging.
I was pretty much at a stage where I'd given up on our relationship. I thought it was over because I just felt like this fun, quirky person that I met and that I fell in love with didn't exist anymore. In my mind, I'm like, okay, well, what do I do? Do I stay with this person who is not the person I fell in love with, or do I make that decision to move on? And I went back to New Zealand for about 6 weeks on a bit of a soul-searching mission, and while I was away...
You want me to say it?
You can
No,
say
Lisa?
it.
Oh, I'm not allowed to.
No.
You can tell them.
Dan?
Can you tell them what
Hang on, Lisa.
Can I talk?
No.
Dan?
Hang on. I know it's difficult, but I want to hear it purely from Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, like I made the decision to split up with Lisa.
Via Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. I went back to New Zealand for about 6 weeks on a bit of a soul-searching mission. While I was away...
You want me to say it?
You can
No,
say it.
Lisa?
Oh, I'm not allowed to.
No.
You can tell them.
Dan?
Yeah, like I made the decision to split up with Lisa.
Via Facebook Messenger.
And then, I mean, we talked on the phone, obviously, straight after that.
That's because I asked him to call me.
Yeah, and like I own that. Like,
Do you?
Well, I don't like conflict, Lisa, so I hide away from it. So you confronted me and I answered the easiest way that I felt like I could.
That's not fair to me, though.
I think with Lisa and Dan, their dynamic's really, Lisa's the boss and Dan's not. That's that's the only way I can put it. I think Lisa's definitely wears the pants in their relationship.
I'm a pretty forthright person. I'll kind of say it as I see it.
Well, you picked your nemesis, didn't you?
Yeah.
We'll leave it for now. Thank you both very much. I think Lisa and Dan are going to be a big challenge. Lisa is very articulate, very assured, but on the other hand, she's a very, very vulnerable woman. It's going to take some work to fix this. Thank you so much for sharing your stories tonight. After the group session, there was one thing left to do.
I'm scared.
You have 1 month to decide whether or not you want to stay together and be with the person you love, or go your separate ways.
At the end of this time, if you found love again, you'll exchange these rings in a beautiful ceremony as a sign of your commitment. A month is not a long time, so we're giving them a symbolic reminder to help them focus on what they're trying to achieve.
Sade and Josh, please come up. Rings are one solid, continuous piece of metal where there is no beginning and no end. They symbolise an eternal commitment to the other person.
I just hope that in this next month I can forgive you for what happened. I can move forward and bury the past once and for all. And I hope we can fall in love again like we were previously. And be with you for the rest of my life.
And I hope that you will learn to love me for who I am now, and that I can love you again, and that we can just do everything we always talk about, and for it to just be simple for us and uncomplicated.
I would hope that Dan and I can try and resolve a lot of the unresolved things that have happened in our relationship. And I would like to hope that the end result is that we would be able to commit to each other.
I would hope to fall in love with all of Lisa, as opposed to the easy parts of her personality. Warts and all, I guess. And that's unconditional love, that's real love. So that's, I guess, something that I have to figure out if I can do.
I would love just to be happy with you and have that spark that we used to have. I would love nothing more to spend the rest of my life with you and to be able to give you this ring in a month's time.
For a while now, I have not felt like you were 100% committed to me, so to be able to do this with you would mean the world to me.
I just hope over the next month that you look at me like you love me again, and I believe you, and that we can be best friends like we used to be. I really like that.
My hopes and dreams over the next month is that we forget about the past and move forward, and we reconnect and fall in love with each other again. And we're best friends, and I'm your lady.
I'd like that.
More than anything, I want you to get your happy and your sparkle back. And I really want to get our groove back and get back in the saddle.
The ring ceremony has enormous value. We've deliberately created the pressure of a looming deadline to force the couples to make a decision one way or the other.
After an emotional day, the couples have the chance to get to know one another in a more relaxed environment.
We'll be your waitresses and waiters for today.
I think curiosity will be peaking at this dinner party. All our couples will be comparing notes and very intense relationships are going to be formed.
I noticed some of us girls are kind of packing good junk. Because as soon as I saw you, I was like, yep. I'm like, yeah. Wait, she's got a good set, yeah. Boobs were definitely on the menu at dinner.
How recently did you get them done?
They're 4 months old.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
How old are you?
2 years old.
Okay, cool.
So what do you call yours?
I don't have a name for them, sorry. So have you named yours?
Mine are just tartars.
No, I have no name.
I don't talk about boobs because I don't have boobs.
Let's make a name before the 4 weeks is out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a name for my boobs. Probably old girls, because they're not new.
Have you?
No, mine are real.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're still good.
Oh, thanks. You haven't seen them in like a year.
Whoa.
So you guys say that you haven't been intimate in a year.
Next,
This is where it gets even worse.
the confessions keep coming
My ex was pregnant.
as the conversation takes an unexpected turn.
What was so bad that you held that in for such a long period of time?
Lisa's exact words were, if you guys can make it out of this together, then we all have hope. I didn't honestly think we were this bad.
So you guys say that you haven't been intimate in a year.
Yeah.
Do you sleep in the same room?
Yeah, we sleep in the same bed. We just,
Do your kids sleep
Do
in
you
there
ever
with
try it on?
I've got a much more sex drive than Stu. I'm the one who would go it. But it got to a point where, like, I kept on trying and kept getting rejected, and I just gave up trying.
A year without sex? You've got to be joking. No way I could do that.
So, just putting it out there, are you guys arguing and fighting as much as we are?
I don't think you're alone.
I don't think you'll be alone in this group.
It's reassuring, like, you know, as much as I kind of hate Josh most times, it's good that, you know,
You can joke about that, but is there more love than hate?
with us.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's the thing, is we're just like two really passionate people.
Like you really love and then you really hate.
Yeah.
Like
It's not like a middle ground.
No balance. It's
Yeah,
we can relate, definitely. Do you think if you didn't have a baby, you'd be here now?
No.
No. She's the glue, 110% with us, yeah. To me, it's very daunting that we might not come out of this together because that means that I need to let her go for one night a week or, you know, and I cannot imagine that, like, you know, she's mine in my head, like, considering, like, I went through my pregnancy alone, like, I didn't hear from him, we had nothing to do with each other, and so...
Didn't you say that was your choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I made, like, a huge mistake of saying to him that Tyler wasn't his.
Honestly, and this is just me being honest, I just struggle with, like how angry or what was so bad that you held that in for such a long period of time.
Because we had such a really bad breakup, it was so kind of brutal that we never obviously resolved it and we never talked about anything. And
so at what point did you go, hang on a minute, I think that child might be mine?
When you ordered a DNA test.
Yeah, so that was the hard part is, so I found out like a couple months after that she said it wasn't yours. But the problem is you can get an intrusive DNA test, but it can potentially harm the baby. Yeah. So I had to wait until she was born. And then sort of like 5 weeks later, I met my daughter for the first time, so.
Was that amazing?
Yeah, I met her in a park.
Aww.
Because I wasn't there during the pregnancy, I definitely do feel that, you know, I did miss out and it is a massive regret in my life and it's something that I'm just going to have to live with for the rest of my life.
I looked over and he was like shaking. I felt so sorry for him. I wanted to go and give him a hug. I felt so sorry for him.
The poor bastard, like to not be there for the birth of your child.
He asked for a DNA test. He obviously had an inkling that that child was his, so he fought for that child. Good on him.
I definitely felt like Lisa kind of judged us, which is really unfair considering we're all here for different issues. What about you guys?
Yeah.
So how did you guys meet?
Oh,
Yay!
It was meant to be a one night.
Oh, yes, it was. My first night out as a single woman, I was out with my girlfriends and we had a few drinks and we're dancing and Dan and his mates walked in and I was like looking at him like, oh, you're a bit cute. There was something a bit weird though. And I started questioning him a little bit. I'm like, something's off. I said, have you got a girlfriend? He's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. And I said, well, why don't you want to talk about it? He goes, I just don't want to talk about it. I said, oh, okay. He was very persistent. Anyway, so yeah, it was only meant to be one night. About a week later, he admitted to me that he was married.
So you two were intimate and then you just sort of continued in your marriage?
It was an interesting situation.
Lisa and Dan were having an affair, I suppose.
Yeah.
There's no other way to put it.
Hearing Lisa and Dan's story, for me, that would seem like a couple who probably shouldn't have gone together. You know, Dan was married at the time. She just wanted a one-night stand. For me, that sort of didn't seem like a recipe for a love story, but here they are.
This is where it gets even worse. So my ex was pregnant. She was about 6 months pregnant.
Yes.
If I was hooking up with someone who had a wife who was pregnant, that's a clear no-go. I mean, you know, I'm not one to judge, but I was kind of, that shocked me quite a fair bit. Yeah. Do you fear that because no offence to you, but because he was sleeping with you whilst he was married, do you fear that if you get married, he'll do that to you? Or...
No, I don't fear him cheating on me, but I do fear him leaving me because when things get hard, he walks away.
Dan was married and, you know, you got to respect that, even though that they have problems. Yeah, I thought that was just a little bit, wrong.
Who's next?
Yeah, I was going to say, should we just maybe not keep this going?
Sorry, guys, I've got to ask this. Who do you guys reckon are the underdogs? Who do you reckon's most likely to fail?
Yeah, here comes the honesty, and this is where the
Here we
filming
go.
starts.
We said a few guys can get through this. then we all
Pretty
should
much
get
all of
through
us
it.
should be able to get through
Honestly,
it.
You're the up couple.
yeah, sorry guys. Sorry guys.
Well, we'll be honest, like we said that you guys have got the biggest battle ahead of you.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys are the bravest by far as well.
I don't like people telling me I'm going to fail at something, especially when it comes to my relationship with my baby daddy. We have a daughter at stake.
I don't think everything's out on the table yet, though.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
pretty sure as the weeks unfold, we'll probably find out more.
Before I met everyone, I thought
We were.
we were. At least we're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
We're all in it together.
Oh, cheers, everyone.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers, cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Can I ask a really personal question?
Yeah.
And you can tell me to f*** off.
No, I would never, yeah.
You said you had an affair with your client.
Yeah.
How does Luce feel with you still doing personal training?
I think it's really all I do and all I know.
Yeah.
And I think Lucy realised back at that time that we're having such a tough time and our relationship was so bad and
Yeah.
she knew I was out searching for something. So I think that if we were doing the right thing and, you know, and our relationship was going well and, you know, we were there for each other, I think she knows that I wouldn't do that.
Life is not so easy.
It ain't rosy.
So do you think there's been infidelity in your relationship?
I don't know if I should say too
Yeah,
soon.
so that's what we're here for.
That's why we're here.
One time I had something cut out of my lower back. When I came out of the hospital, I found numbers in his phone, and then I found he had signed up to 4 different dating websites.
So do you think there's been infidelity in your relationship?
One time I had something cut out of my lower back. When I came out of the hospital, I found numbers in his phone, and then I found he had signed up to 4 different dating websites.
So has he talked to you about? Have you
He
tried
won't
to talk?
talk about it. He'll just walk away.
Oh, it's such a man thing to do, isn't it?
So it's
Hopefully this is good. Hopefully.
This might help draw him out of his shell a bit.
Yeah.
yeah. I've put up with so much shit. I've put up with the lying and the 99% sure cheating. I deserve better than what I've settled for, and I think I've set the bar really low that I've excused really appalling behaviour in the past.
Just gonna sit back here. The girls at the party brought up the affair. They're curious, that's what we're all here for. We're all here to talk about the past and talk about our feelings and talk about our emotions, and I think the more we talk about them, the more we deal with them, the better it'll be to move forward.
Sarah was just asking him about, obviously with his infidelity and whatnot, like how you feel now that he's still personal training, considering he was with a client.
He personal trains from home.
Yeah.
And she came in.
To your own home?
She talked to me every time she trained. She would.
Oh, there is 2 sides to every story, isn't there? Yeah.
And so apparently after a year, like he said, no, that's it. She still continued to come. And she used to look at me like.
A year?
And talk to me, yeah. Came to my house and trained.
Oh my gosh, that's so hard.
It was really hard.
Yeah.
Well, a few things are out there now that we didn't really expect to be out there.
Oh, they asked the question. We just gave the answer.
The couples are back in their villas now, behind closed doors.
Oh my gosh.
I think each of them will be questioning, have they revealed too much? Can they trust the other people in this group? And indeed, am I in the right relationship?
So talk to me, what happened tonight?
Well, we basically just got told, the odds are against us. Everyone's bet for us to fail.
Yeah.
Lisa's exact words were, if you guys can make it out of this together, then we all have hope. That's pretty brutal.
You gotta understand, these people are just strangers to us at this stage. We've just come in here, we don't know them. And every single one of them said the same thing, so they can't all be wrong, Sade. I know this is real. I feel this. I'm not shocked when people say that because I know it. It's not normal how we behave and what we do. I think you're little blinkers or whatever you've got sitting over the top is actually finally starting to come down now. Like, I think you're starting to see there's some serious problems here.
Josh, to be honest, for the first time in our relationship, I have nothing to say. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to help us.
This is what we're here for.
Yeah, but I thought we were kind of okay.
Well, we're not. You just need to start to understand that we're not. It's not normal. But you're facing
I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be the couple that are the ones that are...
Here we are, okay? It's real now. It's really real. And it's just going to get more realer. I do love Sade. I really, really, truly do. And I think we'll be together forever. We just got a lot of shit to deal with. We got a lot of bad habits to unlearn, and we got a lot of growing to do.
To me, it's just like a shock. I didn't honestly think we were this bad.
It's all good. Hey, it's good. Okay?
Very good.
Wow. Look at the bed. There's like rose petals. It's like our honeymoon all over again. Do you reckon we're going to get some action on this bed?
I'm so tired. It's been crazy.
We had the most beautiful layout. There was a beautiful spa bath and, you know, flowers and chocolates and everything, but Stu was really tired, so we just went to bed. I mean, of course I'm horny. Like, it's been a year. I really just want to get back in the saddle with my husband and get things happening. If only I could get Stu to be the man that I fell in love with.
Tonight was amazing.
Yeah?
I feel like I bonded a lot more with the other girls.
Yeah, same.
But then I feel like I blurted out too much about us.
What did you say?
I'm not even going to tell you.
Tell me. I
You will
want to
break
know.
up with me.
No, I won't, because
100%
because it's all gonna come out anyway.
But I said way too much.
What
and
did
you're
what did you
literally-
say? Tell me.
I can't.
Tell me. What did you say?
I said I had surgery and you did not come and you lied about what you were doing. And when I got back and went through your phone, I found the numbers in your phone.
No, it didn't happen. I can tell you right now, I've never cheated on you in my life, Sarah. I want you to believe that, because that is true. I've had plenty of instances where I've felt like and looked it up and stuff, but it's never happened.
This is something Keelan has a lot of struggle with, is owning up to his mistakes. This is definitely something that I'd like to clear up before we get on a plane and go back home.
It was a good night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good one. I guess I got a little bit emotional when they questioned me about just about the affair and stuff. I'm still hurting.
Yeah.
This is hard to go past, move on. It just hurts.
Just got to try and move on from it, move forward.
I want to, I just don't know how.
There's nothing I can do to go back and change it, you know? Back then, we didn't have a relationship. No, we didn't really have anything.
We had a baby. That was hard.
We're going to get help. That's all we're here. I love you.
I love you.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
I know that.
This is why we're here, I suppose. And I really hope it does work. That everything that I feel and that we've gone through together is worth it. I can see Carl's changed, he's committed, he wants everything I want, but how do I forgive him and move forward? I just don't know how. This is a text message I sent to the girl that Carl had an affair with.
Are you able to read any of that out?
Tomorrow, Pandora's box is opened.
The reality is that I want different things.
Will what's inside bring them together?
It's just getting back to what it was.
Or tear them apart?
What I have here is a pair of boots that Sarah's ex bought for her.
I don't want to cry.
And is this a taste of their future?
I don't want you to be with anyone else.
It's the new series critics are calling jaw-dropping. The Last Resort. Tomorrow, 7:30 on 9.